Okay, new video time, and we're back on this Rx8 finally. And first things first, have you ever seen a drop tank on an Rx8? Not until now. Let's get into it. Stop. Shit.
Is it bad?
Yep, it's got some leaks. So as you can see, Rx8 is back, and this will be here until it's finished. So all running, painted, all the rest of that for Clubfest in 2.5 months, I believe. But just mucking around with this drop tank at the moment. So technically it's not in. It's been held up by Jack, but looking at this under here, she's gonna work. So I just need to drill and tap those bolts there, and I need to muck around with the fuel filler. So I'll get that done now, get it bolted up, and yeah, weird. Yeah. Okay, so this is the hardware we're using. We've got some these steel, maybe aluminium 8mm riv nuts, and I've got some stainless 8mm cap screws, washers, spring washers. Now I don't have a riv nut gun on hand that's big enough to do an 8mm, so I believe this might work. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. In my head, it works, but we'll see. Okay, I've had a few attempts at this now, so this is how I'm going to get it in. So I have the riv nut here. I have a nut there, which I need to hold with one crescent, and then we tighten up this back one. That should put pressure and pull this thread back out and lock this riv nut up. I hope. This is my third time. Hopefully. So we'll lock that one still. No, I need to lock this one. Oh man. Okay, we'll go back to try and lock in this bolt, turning that one. That other nut's turning, just turning the whole thing. Damn it. What I need to do is lock that there, hold this. Oh, you bastard. Okay, so none of that was fun at all, but got them in, got my bolts ready. Just need to hold this tank up, get it in. As you can see under here, yeah, riv nuts are in. There's 3 each side, so we should be good. Now just gonna try and pick this thing up and hold it. All right, this is gonna be really, really awkward. I can't reach them. Why aren't you working that way? Okay, got one started that side. so the tank now is all mounted up and the fuel filler is plugged in. So what I need to do now is figure out where I'm going to run my fuel lines out. Originally I was thinking over here, but now I'm thinking they're going to run through there. So they're going to be quite tight coming through there, but they're going to be tight going to the surge tank anyway. So I'm going to go ahead, draw some holes here, and then I need to make a list of all the fittings that I need and how much line I need so that we can run this, put some fuel in it, and potentially start it up. I'm pretty sure with the Microtech I just need to back off the mix trim a little bit because of these injectors that are in here now. So here, where was I up to? I have the return line running from the fuel rail up into the fuel pressure reg, and there is a line running to the fuel in, but that only goes halfway down the car. So yeah, I do need to make allowances for all of that. So next couple of days, I'll plumb all this up. We'll wire up those fuel pumps. We'll need to prime the surge tank. I actually do need to fix that down as well. So we'll do all that, and then we're going to start it. I think that will be the end of this video, this running. Yeah, so this will work. So I will get a rubber ring or a rubber grommet put on that. But I only need 2 lines to come in, and also the wiring for the fuel pumps are going to run out through here as well. But yeah, 2 lines. Let me think about this. I have the line from the drop tank to a pump, one of these pumps, and then into the surge tank, and then I'll have fuel out of the surge tank through the pump and all the way up to the engine. The return line from the engine is going to run straight to the tank. So I do have one too many fittings on this. Let's get one of those blank ones. Problem solved. Okay, I'm going to do a count up on this, and we'll come back, and hopefully I have a whole lot of parts and we have fuel lines to make. So just got home now. It's the next day, and I probably spent a bit too much on fittings and fuel line. Didn't have black, so it'll be all right, I guess. It's going to have a mixed match of colors, but doesn't matter as long as it runs. So more importantly, I got fittings for the fuel pumps as well. So what I'll do is I'll start working through all of this and start making some lines, and then I need to wire up these pumps, and I think we'll be good to go. Anyway, I'll get into it. So this is pretty much what $200 worth of fittings gets, and another $150 worth of line. But hopefully I've got everything I need. These are obviously for the fuel pump, just some 90s and some straights. And I did get some blank caps because I don't need to run all of these lines out of the surge tank. So yeah, what I'm gonna do first, I'll sort out these fuel pumps, get all those connections on, and then we just start making lines. So a bit of a bummer, one of the fittings is wrong. They had 2 different numbers on the packaging, but that's all right. I'll go swap for the right one tomorrow, but dumb. But I'll still make all the lines up that are needed and just spray that in tomorrow. Should be sweet. Okay, so it's probably been about an hour and a half, and I have my feed line and I have my return line. Now they are a little bit tight. I'm not overly happy with them, but I got 6 meters, but I probably need a little bit more. They will do, so I can tuck them right up into the tunnel and that will be fine. But as you can see here, where are we? Return line there is hooked up straight to the tank. I originally was going to run it to the surge tank, but we'll run it back to this because those 044s will be running at the same time, so my surge tank shouldn't empty. So that one there is hooked up there, and now that we look in the boot, we have 2 engine from tank. So not too happy with this stainless spray. I might even spray it black, I don't know. But the missing fitting out of this pump here would have been beauty. But all right, I'll pick that up tomorrow. But what I need to do next, which will also be tomorrow, is wire up these two pumps. I just run them back to how I ran the other fuel pump in this. Run it back through the relay, through the Microtech, and I need to run this here. So that's my fuel level sender. So I think it's just earth and signal. So that's a piece of cake, and that will wire up to up and down, up and down. That will wire up to this gauge here. So sick. Okay, I'll get back into it tomorrow, hopefully with a new fitting. Okay, next day. So now I have the fitting I needed. So I'll get that onto the fuel pump, and then we need to wire up some fuel pumps. So yeah, I'll finish off that line and then start wiring, and then we'll see if the pumps will turn on. And 30 seconds later, it's plumbed up. So what I'm going to do now is run these wires here. I'm going to earth just outside of the thing. There's a factory earth just on the outside of here. And I'm going to run the positives back through that hole, back through there, and up into my relay. So the Microtech will be turning those on. So I'll get that done. We'll turn the ignition, see if they prime. There's nothing in the tank yet, but just see if they turn on. And then all going well, I'll try and get some gas into this car, and I will disconnect this pump, and we'll just have this one running on the prime, and we'll try and fill the surge tank full of fuel, and then I can go ahead and plug this one back up. Yeah, okay, I'll get that done, and then I don't know if I'm going to worry about the fuel gauge too much on this one, but I do still need to look at that, getting that wired in. But once that's done, I'm happy if there's no leaks or anything like that, and we're getting pressure at the fuel pressure rig. It's time to hook the laptop up, and we are going to muck around with the tune a little bit, and then we're going to try and fire it up. But yeah, hopefully she doesn't spring any leaks anywhere. Yeah, okay, we'll get into it. So after making a little bit of a mess, fuel pumps are wired in. Pretty straightforward. I do have the power going back, as I said before, back into the cab, and we just put an earth down there. I've also earthed the fuel gauge at the same point, or the fluid level thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in the car now. I'm going to turn the ignition on, and by all means, these should turn on. Okay, I'm just going to leave you there. So looks like they're working. So what I need to do now is put a little bit of gas in there. I don't know if I've got enough gas to fill this, but yeah, put some gas in, as I said before, disconnect the power off this one, and we'll just have this pump filling this. So I'm just going to put some gas in it now. I think I've got about 10 litres. I'm going to put the camera down here just in case it leaks. Quite possibly it could be my fuel filler that's leaking. What else is down low? Or the fuel line, which is over there. The fuel line to the surge tank. So yeah, we'll see if there's anything dripping. I'll start pouring gas in it now. I hope it doesn't leak. Now here, fuel going into the tank. I don't see anything leaking so far. I'll keep going. Yep, turn the key. One more. Stop. Shit.
Is it bad?
Yep, it's got some leaks. So I've gone and pulled the surge tank out now, and you can quite clearly see where it's leaking right along here. Now what's caused that is I've actually sanded that edge to make it look pretty, but it's actually got a hairline crack in there, and you can also see it just weeping out of here. So what I need to do is take these caps off. I need to sand this back, and I'm just going to full weld all the way down here, all the way along there, and across this face as well. You should actually leave your welds like that. Don't sand them like I've done. What a pain, but easy fix. So I'll do that now, and probably in about an hour or so we'll test it again. I wonder if I could do that one. No, it looks like it folded over there, so it's just this edge. You can just see it. It's a hairline crack right there. Okay, cool. Okay, got it all back in, painted it black. Looks a lot better than red. So all the fuel lines hooked back up. So I'm gonna go ahead now, turn the ignition on, and we're gonna watch to see if it leaks. And if it doesn't leak, we'll go cycle it a few times, and then we are going to, as I said, hook that pump up and go check the fuel pressure rig. Okay, give it a yeah, it's leaking. Damn it. Oh, and there too. Okay, sweet as. I'll fix that. So what I'm going to do is just sit a rag here to collect the fuel. I've hooked up this other pump. Before I fix that, we're going to actually check to see if pressure gets to the regulator, and I might have to cycle a few times. Oh, don't tell me I'm leaking up there too. We'll have a look. Oh, where are you leaking from? Looks like it's coming from the gauge. It is too. It's coming from the back of the gauge there. But besides that, this one is sweet. I think it's just that one. It picked up pressure. We'll try it again. Why my fuel pump's not coming on? Okay, we'll have a look at that. So you can just hear that's fuel returning from the engine, so it's good, all that's working. I don't see any fuel under here because it's all spilling out in here, but not 100% sure what's going on with those fuel pumps, but I'll check it out now. Hoping for an easy solution. Okay, so one of the relays had a burnt fuse in it, so maybe that was it. We'll try again. There we go. Fuel pressure is way too high. Okay, so I will wind that down, and we're getting closer. Okay, some good news. Gauge stopped leaking. Apparently need to tighten those up. So I've done that. I've adjusted the pressure way down. It was sitting up way past 100 PSI. So now it's sitting comfortably just under 40. So what I'm gonna do is plug the laptop in, turn that mix trim down. How bad are we leaking out here? No, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so yeah, so what I'm going to do is turn the mix trim down, and I think we're going to try and start it. There most definitely is a few issues I need to sort out, but I just want to get it started. Okay, I have just spent the last half an hour or so just mucking around with the ECU and turning the mix trim down. So we will go and try and start it. Hopefully it's all good. Oh, come on. Okay, looks like I need to do a bit more. Almost there. All right, I'll keep mucking around with it a bit more. So battery's almost dead. Haven't really managed to start it up, but I'll put it into the check thing, whatever that is. Checks the fan, checks the injectors. So I'm just going to make sure that all the injectors are pulsing. I don't think this one is. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Okay, it's Saturday today and I wanted to put a video out on this tonight. So I'm going to jump in and fix that surge tank again. And then I've got a few other little issues I need to sort out, nothing worth watching. And then I need to muck around once again with the laptop plugged in and try and find a bass tune somewhere for a Bridgeport turbo with 1000cc injectors. If I can find that, I'm just going to mirror that tune into this one and hopefully it starts. I only just need to start an idle. That's all I need from it. So fingers crossed. So it's been about 3 hours. As you can tell, car's back on the ground, but it won't start. So it comes very, very close, but that map is just way out and it has sprung a leak on one of the injectors in the injector rail, so I need to figure that one out. But I don't know if someone knows of any place I can get some maps or anything like that, or failing that, I'm gonna have to wait until it goes to the tuners and they can sort it out. I just wanted it to run so I don't have to push it onto a trailer, but it is what it is. Fuel system, sweet, no leaks, everything's working except for that leak. Everything in the back is fine. And also, what I did do is got me a fuel gauge. So there it is. I had to put it in front of that because I got sick of all those lights flashing at me, and yeah, no shit, I've got no gas. But yeah, pretty good. Happy with that. Everything else is fine. It's just little things and this. So once again, this car is frustrated the living crap out of me. What a pain in the ass. I'm spewing. It's not raining at the moment, but it's very, very close. But it's just fine tuning, and especially when you don't know what you're doing with those tunes, I don't want to go start jabbing numbers into things and it doesn't work. So if anyone knows of any base maps that may be suitable for this, keep bearing in mind it is Bridgeported, turboed, and has 1000cc injectors. If anyone can get me close to what I need to be to fire this up, that'd be great, or point me in the right direction. And another thing, the laptop's not talking with the ECU again, something about COM ports and nonsense. It used to work, it doesn't now, so everything I'm doing is through the hand controller until I figure that laptop out. But I don't know how to work computers. In saying that though, huge amount of progress. Fueling system is complete, so I'm happy with that. Fuel pumps are working, tanks holding fuel, surge tank is finally holding fuel, so everything works in that aspect. Fuel gauge is hooked up, so just tweaking little things I need to do and should be running, and then you can have a paint job, and then you can go to clubfest, and then happy days, and then I can hit boost finally. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and if you do know anything about those things, just send me a message. Anyway, cheers.